Now, here comes a non-negotiable, guys. Once you get all of your fasteners lined up, and again, you're gonna have to do this with every single link. Perfect. You cannot skip. You cannot collect 200. You cannot pass go without doing this critical and quintessential step. Because if you don't, you might as well not even have tried to complete this repair. So right now, what we're doing is simulating ride height. Okay. So if you notice, I moved my jack stands from the unibody of the R50 onto the actual differential. Okay, and you'll know you're at ride height because your coil spring will look like this. Okay, it's compressed right now. Moreover, your lower link and even your upper link, they'll be pretty much horizontal to your R50. So if it doesn't look like this, and if your differential third member and drive shaft is not straight like it is here, you need to stop and reassess things. Ride height absolutely has to be simulated. Okay? Now we're gonna torque this to 105 foot-pounds. All right, Nana, go ahead and mash down all the way. Yep, and hold it. And everything's in, as you can see. Hi guys, my name is Chris and welcome back to the Camper Dan Files. In today's video, we're gonna do some more much needed repair on my R50 Pathfinder. In this case, we're gonna be working on the rear suspension. We're gonna go ahead and replace the upper and lower links. Now, what I'm about to show you guys may seem a bit weird, especially if any of you happen to own a Honda or might just be a Honda fan in general. But check this out. Look at the manufacturer, guys. Max speeding rods. Usually when you see and hear this name, it's associated with Hondas. But to my surprise, I found that they actually make the upper and lower forelinks for our beloved R50s. This is gonna fit all R50 Pathfinders 96 through 2004 and the Infiniti QX4 97 through 2004. Now this isn't gonna be a full-on how-to video. There's plenty of those on the internet that were produced by various R50 owners and also a few parts manufacturers. You can refer to one of those videos, but the main reason why I'm filming today is to just document and catalog everything that I've done on the rig thus far. So you already know the drill. So we're gonna go ahead and break this box open so we can see what's inside. Ooh. Well, I'm glad I didn't go like cutting into this thing like a madman. I was expecting stickers, but this one is raised, so this is nice. We'll definitely be adding this to the R50 for sure. Here's a booklet. If you guys are interested in this, I will be sure to put a link in the description for this product. You can find it on Amazon. And the whole kit on Amazon is for a little bit, I want to say right around $100. Ooh, this is nice. Let me bring you guys in to show you what's in there. So it is nicely packaged for shipping, guys. Wow. Look at the bushings. I like you already. These are really nice. Like really nice. Here's the other one. And again, as you guys just seen, I just opened this up, so we're all seeing this together at the same time. And another cool feature is that it does say max speeding rods on the actual links right there. I like that. I'm not sure if it says it on the upper links. Not that it matters, because you're not going to see them anyway. Oh, yeah. It is on the upper links. Look. Yeah, baby. Wow. This is really nice. I mean, really, really nice. So let me go ahead and get everything out of the bags here, and I'll show you guys what it looks like. All right, guys. So here's everything out of the box. Now, as you are aware, or may not have been aware, so I'll make you aware just in case you're not. When you purchase these components, they are not going to come with your nuts and bolts. Those can only be found through Nissan directly, or if you're fortunate like myself and have access to a junkyard, you may be able to source some used bolts that way. In my case, I went and bought brand new hardware. All right, it's hot out here. Let me stop running my mouth. It's time to get busy. All right, guys, so we have the R50 jacked up and safely secured on a pair of jack stands, 6-ton. So it took some persuading, guys. We were gonna go after our upper link first. We have the front nut and bolt loose here, but the rear is not cooperating with us right now, so we'll come back to that. We decided to switch gears to the lower link, and we got everything going our way here, so we're gonna tap these bolts out and get this link swapped out. Yeah. So what we're using is our Milwaukee M18 half-inch impact. So Andy from 1A Auto and Andy the X-Tech, which is the same guy, he warned us all about this particular challenge where it concerns replacing either the upper or lower links. When you remove any of these links, either side of the differential here, the differential, its natural relaxation stage is gonna put it down, obviously, but it'll shift it back towards the rear of the rig. Now, I'm not recommending that anyone do this at your own risk, but what I've done here is supported the front of my pumpkin here. So basically right under the front lip of the third member, right before it actually gets to the pinion shaft. You don't want to have your jack laying anywhere near that thing, because if it slips and it hits that pinion, you're probably going to do some serious damage to your third member and differential. Also the same for the yoke here. So you can see I have the pad there directly under the yoke on the pinion and the propeller shaft. Most of the weight is coming from the actual front of the pumpkin, and the reason why I did this on the third member is because as you jack things up, it actually brings the differential naturally back towards the front of the R50. So that way I could get the bolts majority lined up. Now I know this bolt shouldn't be facing this way, and it's not going to. I actually have a new fastener that I'm going to use. I'm going to keep this and reuse it somewhere else on the rig. But underneath here, there's our fastener going in. So as we're backing this one out, and I'll show you guys now, when this comes out, we'll be able to just shove our fastener in majority of the rest of the way there. So we're going to take our ball peen hammer and gently tap that guy into place. Otherwise you're not going to be able to get things lined up, and you're going to be crying, because I almost started crying myself. I was like, how the hell am I going to get this thing back together? It's so far apart. I mean, the differential moves pretty far, guys, so just make a mental note of that. Things are gonna move, so be prepared for that. I know you guys are probably like, what kind of video is this? It's not very helpful. Again, this isn't an install video for you guys to watch. This is just to give you an idea of what you're going to be up against. Now, another thing I wanted to mention, when you go to tap this bolt in the rest of the way, this side of the lower link, it's not going to be aligned with the hole. So again, you can jack things up a little bit higher, and as you jack it up, you're going to find that this guy will naturally get aligned with the help of the bolt being in the hole. So don't panic, just do that and you should be fine. All right guys, so another reason why I'm filming this in pieces is because it's extremely hot out here right now. It's about 105 degrees and my camera already started overheating. I haven't even been using it that much, and it's just giving me that notification that it's just too hot for operation. We're gonna go ahead and try and attack the top again. Like I mentioned earlier in the video, we were able to get the front nut loose here. The rear is the one that's giving us a hard time, but we're gonna try it again and see if we get lucky. So something that I absolutely hate having to do, guys, I had to go grab my Chicago electric power reciprocating saw here and our good old friend Mr. Diablo cutting blade. We ended up just sawing through the nut and bolt that holds the rear section of the upper link in place. The front, we already got it loose, so we'll be able to reuse that nut and bolt combination, but sadly we had to cut through the rear one. But no biggie, we got extra bits of hardware, so that's fine. So from here, we're gonna go ahead and get this upper link extracted and replaced with our new max speeding rods upper link. And then the passenger side will be done. Well, well, well. Surprise, surprise. You guys see that? This one's not aligned either. But no worries, we have an ace up our sleeves. We'll get it into its hole. No worries at all. Again, we're gonna apply the same technique. We're gonna lower the differential. But before we do, I'm gonna jack the R50 back up, and I'm probably gonna lower this maybe 2 notches because it is extremely high, and my jack is gonna be probably gonna be near being maxed out. But let me try it first, and then if not, I'll lower the jack stands and go from there. Whew. And this is just one side, guys. Oh my goodness. Some developments. So here's my floor jack. As you can see, it's no longer supporting the rear diff. But check this out. Almost aligned, guys. It's just off by a hair. So we're gonna apply our trick here. We're gonna jack up under the pumpkin so we can get our bolt pushed through. All right, guys. Whew. So it turns out all we had to do was just push down on the brake drum here, and it went enough into line there to where we were able to get the nut started, and then we just tapped the bolt the rest of the way home. So from here, we're gonna go ahead and simulate ride height again, and yeah, we'll get this guy tightened down, and then this side is done. Just like our lower link, we're gonna go ahead and torque the nuts and bolts for our upper link to 105 foot-pounds. All right, guys, I'm sweating buckets out here right now. So you might have noticed that my spear is down. I actually had to lower it all the way and move it out the way just so I could have enough room to swing my torque wrench. So we were able to get the upper and lower link torque to specs. Again, factory torque specs is going to be 105 foot-pounds per nut and bolt. So we went ahead and took care of that. Here's my max beating rods, so you can see the logo here on the lower link, and then on the upper link is face downward, so you won't see that.
thinking about getting some zip ties here to fix this, because it doesn't exactly fit like factory, but it shouldn't be a problem. See if I can find some zip ties. I don't think I have any black ones left, so this will probably be something that I'll come back to. But the good thing is I don't have to take the wheel off to do this. So yeah, so that's the passenger side up in lower link completed.
Now we're working on the driver's side. So here in the front, you can see that we have the nut removed from our bolt there, and also the same in the rear. We're gonna go ahead and remove both of those fasteners and get that lower link pulled out and replaced.
So yeah, guys, we got everything torqued to spec now. The hardest one was this front nut here, because the sway bar end link and perch sits right here and it's in the way. So we went ahead and removed that. We have it right here. Just look at my bolt holes, guys. This thing is laden with rust. So a word of caution when you go to remove this thing, especially if your truck is rusty, don't go wailing on it right away with an impact. What you want to do is spray some rust penetrant on there, whether you're using PB Blaster or WD-40, which is what I had on hand in this case. Spray a lot of it on there, and then use your breaker bar to work things back and forth first, and then use your impact. And try to start with the lowest torque setting and work your way up, because if you go in there wailing on it with the highest torque, it's probably going to snap those bolts. The passenger side, you should be able to get away without having to touch the sway bar end link or perch at all. It's just the driver's side, because the fuel filling neck and everything is right here and in your way. But I'll do those things and you should have a not so difficult time getting things torqued to spec. Just got to get my breaker bar out of here, and we're gonna go ahead and put our sway bar end link back in place, and we're done.
All right, guys, so it's several days later, and now it is time for round 2. So we got our max speeding rods, upper and lower 4-link suspension successfully installed. Again, we got everything aligned and torqued to specs while simulating ride height. I'm gonna work on replacing the clutch hydraulic hose, and I'll explain why here in a minute. So under the hood here, I want to show you guys my clutch fluid reservoir here. Here it is next to the brake booster. And already you guys can see how dark that fluid is, but wait until I uncap this thing. You guys see that? It literally looks like mud. Look at the cap. So that signifies water being present in the system there. Now, I know some of you guys are going to go on to say, well, what does that have to do with you replacing the clutch hydraulic hose? Well, let me show you. The clutch slave cylinder along with the hydraulic hose is located here on the passenger side. So here's a nut. I believe this is a 10mm nut that secures the hard line to our hydraulic hose, which is in this heat resistant shield here. And you can see it's literally starting to rot away, guys. I mean, just look at that. Now, I already had this part and the slave. Now, truth be told, if I don't have to replace the slave, I'm not going to. I'm hoping that I can get that bleeder cracked open, but if not, we're gonna go ahead and replace it, because we do have a replacement. Now, I tried to get my local repair shop to do this repair, and they took one look at this hard line and the rust, and they said, no way, Jose, we're not touching it. They're gonna charge me $100 to put it on, and the service writer was like, hey, if your clutch isn't affected and it's still working as normal, don't touch it. He said, because it's just too rusty and we don't want to risk it. So here we are. So several days ago, I did go ahead and spray this guy down with some WD-40. I'm gonna hit it again, but before I do, I'm gonna hit it with the flare wrench and see if it just wants to cooperate. If not, then we'll go ahead and bathe it in some more lubricant. So wish me luck. Just in case you guys were interested in what tools I'm using,
This is going to be a Duratec flare wrench set. I picked this up on Amazon. It was relatively cheap. It was about 12 bucks. If you guys are interested in this particular tool, I'll be sure to add a link in the description so you guys can order yourself one. I do highly recommend using flare wrenches versus your regular standard open-ended wrench, because you're gonna run the risk of rounding things off. So let's go ahead and grab this 10 millimeter, and providing that we have enough space under the R50, I'm gonna set up a tripod so you guys can be a part of the action there. So here we go. Now we're in a race against time because it's supposed to rain this afternoon. Starting at around 1 o'clock, we're supposed to have some passing showers and possible thunderstorms. So I'm gonna try and make haste and get this done ASAP. Yep, it is definitely a 10. Let's see if we get lucky. Oh, yes, yes. Oh, yes, yes. This is excellent news, guys. We're gonna be able to get this done. Yes. Yes, we got her. See, the fluid's already starting to come out. Yes. And again, this just goes to show with the right tools, anything's possible. All right, guys. So we were able to get our fastener all the way back out there. So now that line is completely free. So the next step is going to be to get this security clip that holds the hydraulic hose to the body of the R50. We're going to get that knocked off. We're trying to risk it to get the biscuit. Yep, 14. All right. And the wind is picking up. That one's loose. Oh, the other one is kind of in a recessed location behind. So we're gonna have to use a wrench for that. So you can use a 14 millimeter socket and then a 14 millimeter open-ended box wrench. There we go. Got him, coach. Place our receptacle underneath. And now seeing some drip coming from the line here on the right. Over here. See? It's dripping a little bit there. Because now there's absolutely no pressure in the line. And there it goes, it's draining now. Now we should be able to get our sleeve off the rest of the way. Yep. And then once we get the sleeve off, we're going to take a break because it's starting to get nasty out here. I'll bring you guys back later. Alright, so here's our slave. What I want to try and do is see if I can break this bleeder valve open. Because if I can, I much prefer to keep the OEM slave. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, there's nothing wrong with it. Oops, I just made a mess. That was silly. But yeah, the only thing I'm concerned with is that bleeder valve. So I'm going to try and get that open to see what happens. So real quick, guys, before we have to run. So I just wanted to bring you guys and show you the good news here. We were able to get the bleeder valve to open on the original slave here. So as long as this isn't all gummed up, which it shouldn't be, we'll be able to bleed this bad boy. I just wish I'd known that before taking this all the way off. Now the weather is moving in. We're gonna try and rush and put this back on real quick, before that rain starts coming down. So I'll bring you guys back here with an update. There's where the hard line is, right here. This is the security clip that holds the hydraulic hose to the body of the R50 right here. And we had to take our Phillips head screwdriver and bang this guy loose because it was just seized on there. So now we got it off. As you can see, I'll go ahead and lay that guy there. All right, guys, so here's our replacement clutch hydraulic line. We're gonna go ahead and get that attached, and then my Nana's gonna help me to bleed the system. So here we go. What we're gonna do first is get the line attached over here on the body side of things. Two things that you want to pay attention to. So just like your brake calipers, you have a banjo bolt, right? And it has that hole in there. You have these copper washers. Yes, the proper thing to do is to replace them with brand new ones, but if you don't have those on hand, you can reuse them. Just make sure you don't over torque things. There's a clutch hydraulic line. It was running earlier, but it's not right now. So what we're gonna do is get it reconnected to our slave now that we have that reattached to the bell housing. And we're gonna go ahead and get this thing bled. So we used our turkey baster here to remove the old fluid. Cleaned out the reservoir with our brake parts cleaner here. It's not perfect, but it looks a lot better than it has been looking. We still have to bleed the clutch. All right, guys. So we do have a clutch pedal now. It took us a little while to figure things out, but we do have a pedal. All right, Nana, go ahead and mash down all the way. Yep, and hold it. Keep holding. All right, thank you. Yeah, we probably did this a good 10 times. So we're not gonna do it anymore. But yeah, we have a clutch again. And everything's in, as you can see. Again, we didn't change the clutch slave because there's nothing wrong with it. So we're gonna leave it be. All right, guys, so we got all of our tools picked up and put away. I just wanted to bring you guys back underneath and show you the final results. Again, there's our hard line. No leaks there, no cross-threading, funny business going on. So we're good there. There's our slave. Again, same thing, no leaks, no funny business. So, all in all, guys, not a bad repair. Just whatever you do, make sure you don't jump the gun and remove the slave before you check your bleeder. And when you do, make sure you have the proper size tool, and more importantly, make sure you have a good purchase on things. My advice is to give a firm tap on your wrench, and that should break things loose. If it doesn't move right away, don't wail on it. Chances are it's seized, and if you keep working at it, more than likely it's probably just gonna snap. That's just my 2 cents. Again, we do have a replacement slave cylinder, but we didn't need to mess with it. All we did was put our banjo bolt back in and our crush washers, the same old ones that were here before. We just put those back in. So with that, we're good, and it's a wrap. I hope you found this video helpful. Thanks again for stopping by the Camper Dan Files. My name is Chris. If you've enjoyed today's video, go ahead and give it a like. And while you're at it, don't forget to share, comment, and subscribe. And until next time, keep using your Pathfinder as a Pathfinder, on or off the pavement.